All right, on location again, Cranston, Rhode Island, Garden City. I love Garden City. It's a nice place to record. I've done many shows over here. I did movies over here. Rivers in Cranston. How you doing, Riv?
I'm doing good.
AK Massachusetts. We have Trevor Shapiro, AK Dylan, the whatever kid, because you say I look like Trevor with my hairline. And of course, we have James Buddy Love Herring's daughter, Burning Love, the late Buddy
going
Love,
on?
of course. And of course, your father was in like a lot of my movies, and
Yeah.
he was a great singer, of course. And he's watching me right now and saying, Derek, you're doing a great job by having Vernon Love on the show, right?
You
So,
already
of
know.
course, yes, and you have a clothing line too. We'll talk about the clothing line too, but you have some new music out now. Tell us about your new
Yeah.
music.
Well, I got a new single called Special featuring Miss Fire. I dropped that on Valentine's Day, and I actually had it played on the radio, so on
Mm,
93.7. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
okay.
been doing some music. I'm about to be dropping some new songs hopefully soon. I'm gonna be going into the studio to record in the next 2 weeks, so I'll be having like a couple more new songs dropping. So just keep looking out for that.
What studio do you use? I mean, you live in Massachusetts too, right?
Yeah, but I just started going to a new studio. I think it's like out in like Smithfield, Rhode Island or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's called
Tell us
True
about how
Studios.
and what vibe do you get going to new studios? Because I remember going with different singers in the past and going to new studios, working with new producers. Tell us about that vibe.
Well, first I gotta fill out, the engineering stuff, and the producers and stuff like that. But lately, I've been having a good vibe with this one. Not that I didn't have a good one with, the other engineer, but like a little bit unorganized, you know what I'm saying? So I had to find something different. The vibe's good, we connect well, you know what I'm saying? So I'm loving
Sure,
it.
sure. Oh, we have Touch over here. We have Touch the rapper. Touch, you're from Georgia, right? Hello, Touch. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, I think he's frozen. Maybe.
Hello?
Hello, Touch. Hello.
I can't hear anybody if y'all are hearing me. I think there's a
Okay.
problem with my connection, maybe.
Yeah, we
Okay.
hear you.
I'm gonna. We hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he went. We'll get him back. So Vernon, so tell us about your new single again too. More in depth.
It's called
What is your new
Special.
single about?
What
Special.
is it
What
about?
is special about?
I mean, it's mostly about my wife, but it's just it's like one of those LL Cool J vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Hey,
kind of
can y'all
like
hear me?
that
LL
Hey
Cool J
Lover
vote.
type stuff, you know what I mean?
Okay. Dylan, do you have any questions for Vernon Love?
Yeah, now you mentioned LL Cool J, and in what ways, like aside this song that you're releasing, in what ways has his his music influenced you and affected like the way that you create your art?
Um, I don't know. I mean, we both from New York, so uh plus my dad, knew him, you know what I'm saying? So um I don't know, I always liked his vibe. I liked how he, did music for the ladies and stuff like that. He also was a little hardcore here and there, but he always kept it smooth, and that's the kind of person that I am, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just felt like this type of song was talking about how, my wife is special, you know what I'm saying? Like giving like a storyline of how special she is, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of vibe that the song is. Y'all can check it out on all streaming platforms. Just look under Queen Vernon. That's KWEENVERNON. On YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, all streaming platforms. You can even check it out on my Facebook. I'm always, posting it up, which is Vernon Love on Facebook. Yeah.
Sure.
So And you'll see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's another question too, because being in the LGBT community, how does that affect your music? Is it a very positive action with the LGBT community too?
I mean, I would say, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of LGBTQ people nowadays doing music, and you see where they at with it. You know what I'm saying? Even in the industry, people are even starting to come out more. There's some people that accept it and will work with artists, and then there's some people that don't. But if people rock with you, they're gonna rock with you. It ain't gonna matter like whether you straight, gay, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It depends on the person's character, their personality, the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like a lot of people mess with me. They rock with me.
See, I do
Just
have hope with my
for
cringy
me. You know what
jokes.
I'm saying?
I do have hope with my
What?
cringy jokes. I mean, people have against my cringy jokes. See, if people can accept that, people can accept my cringy jokes, right, Dylan?
No, that's like way different. That's way
Okay.
different.
All right, and then of course we have Touch, who's a rapper from Georgia, right?
How's it going? Yes, sir. Can y'all hear me now?
So we have Singer Brenda Love, and we have Touch the rapper too. Maybe we can do a collabo together.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm even
I'm
trying to
down for
move to
whatever.
Georgia. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the more connections I can get, even, with people who's already out there, is kind of dope. I always like to collaborate. Most of my songs is all collaborations. So,
All
like I just said,
collaboration.
I'm about to go, huh?
All collaborate. That's good because I just interviewed a singer just now who a singer rapper from Rhode Island, G Finesse, and she'd be good to connect with.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always down to work with people. You know what I'm saying? If they dope, then why not? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Absolutely, and I'm the same way. Most of my songs are collabs. One of my buddies, he's really the main influence in my life to like pursue music because I did it throughout high school and I kind of fell off a little bit, and then he started coming over every day, and he's like, we're gonna get this right. We're gonna pursue this, and we're gonna keep going even when you don't want to go. So every single day I was in the studio with him, and he was just pushing me. He's like, it don't matter, just put something on the paper and spit that.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
So
still like, I just started taking my music more serious. Like I've always been doing music since I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? But I just recently started like I would say like the last 5 years, 6 years, something like that. I just really started taking it more serious, started getting into the studio, started recording my own songs, and then like I said, um, doing collaborations and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? I'm loving it. So
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm down for a collab. You know what I mean? I'm always down for whatever. I'm game.
and
bet
then
bet.
Dylan Schneider, my co-host, he's a rapper too. He's a diss track rapper, right, Dylan?
Yeah, but yeah. I'd say it's like more of a hobby right now, but yeah.
All right. And so Touch, where are you from in Georgia? 'Cause I met you
So
just last week. I met your girlfriend first, and then you
yes,
came in
sir.
right in the store. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy timing. But yeah, I'm out at Elberton. We're about 2.5 hours from Atlanta. About 45 minutes from Athens. Um,
And about
born
40
and
minutes from
raised.
Augusta. 45.
Uh,
No, about an hour and change from Augusta too.
yes, sir.
Yeah, but I live in Augusta and you live in Elberton.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm up here in Rhode Island right now. For a few weeks visiting family. That's where I'm from. So
Heck yeah.
so right after I saw you and your girlfriend, the next day I left for left for Rhode Island with my son River, who you see up there. Um.
Heck yeah.
So you also, other than your music, you work in a wildlife.
So I'm a park ranger.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
park
been a
ranger.
park
Yes.
ranger for about 2.5 years. I'm almost done with my degree. I got one more class after this, and then yeah, they'll give me a house, and I won't have to pay rent, making like $50K a year. You know what I mean? No bills. How it's definitely a prayer answered, if anything.
Sure. So what are some of your musical influences that you look up to, and you know?
So, I always, as a kid, I always would like, I don't know, I would like singing to anything. Like I just enjoy music, but definitely one of my biggest influences to get me into actually, putting tires to the road and going is definitely Mac Miller. I
Okay.
always just liked the vibe from him. I liked the wordplay and just the trippy nature of it all. I try my best, but I've come to find my own voice in it. I don't want to be exactly like Mac, but I want a little bit of that influence to definitely show in my music.
Sure. And what song I'm gonna hear by you?
So I sent you two over. One was Get Back Up, and one is Trenches of Life, which actually Trenches of Life is one that my girlfriend's on. She does the chorus in that.
She's so the one I met is a musician too.
Yeah, she's we're getting her in there. That was like one of her first couple songs that she's hopped on. But yeah, no, she's definitely enjoying it, and it's nice to have something that we can share together and create together.
Okay, awesome. So Vernon, what's another song we could play by you other than your first song too?
Oh man, well I got one. Let me see. So there's Computer Love. That one, that's the first one that I actually, you know what I'm saying, did
And they're
through
both on YouTube
DistroKid.
too, right?
Yeah, you can find those two songs that I just told you, Computer Love and Special. You can stream on all streaming platforms. But I do have what is it? I have the one that you posted, Forget You. You
Oh,
can find, I guess, on YouTube. Um, and then the
but
song Permission you can find on YouTube.
but
And then
Computer
I
Love
have
is on
like a
Computer Love and Specials on YouTube too now, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
because I play those two songs too, along with Touch's two songs too. And I want to talk about your fashion line too in a second. Booch, we have my other co-host. He's a little bit late, better late than never. You missed my first interview with G Finesse, this other performer. We have all performers on the show tonight. Booch, how you doing from Atlanta, Georgia?
Doing okay. Just wrapped up a podcast recording, so now I'm just jumping in here, seeing what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so Booch, of course you're not Atlanta, but I mean you're north of Atlanta. You're Johns Creek, touches in Elberton, Georgia, which is about an hour and change from Augusta. So you're both in Georgia.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
so you can almost touch him, get it? Because he's touch.
It's a good play on words.
Oh
Yes.
man, Derek, you're
See?
so milk.
Thank you.
That's funny.
Dylan, what do you think? What do you agree with my jokes tonight, Dylan?
Well, raccoon
Uh,
female, right, Dylan?
All right,
Okay.
this is what I got to say.
All right. So, Vernon Love, let's go back to you, Vernon. Tell us about your clothing line. You have a great clothing line.
Yeah, I got a clothing line called Prestige Paris. I'm actually wearing a hoodie right now. You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah. So I've been doing that for like 5 years now, trying to
5
build,
years.
I do,
And you
yeah,
have
I do a lot, I'm trying to get into modeling, so I got the modeling thing going, I got music going, the brand, so
now. I recently saw that you have a new photo shoot. Do you have pants that go along with it too, like activewear?
yeah, I'm working on a couple of things for spring and summer.
So is it sweatpants or just the hoodies?
No, I mean I had sweatsuits and stuff like that. I had some other things, like t-shirts and stuff like that, hats and all of that. I
Okay,
do different things. Nothing's never the same, you know what I mean, with me.
I
So
like that. So how can people, if they wanted to get prestige, how would they do? How would they get it?
I do have a website, but I'm still like fixing a few things on it. So right now it's, down right now, but you can always like hit me up on social media. Like I said, Facebook, Vernon Love. Or you can hit me up through Instagram on my business page, which is prestige_Paris LLC. Yeah, see what you like, DM me. Like I said, I'm always posting up all the new stuff that I'll be having. So anything you see me wear, that means you can get it too.
Sure.
Just you know what I mean? Just let me know what you want. Hit me up, and I got you.
So first of all, before Vinny, you can ask a question, but first, Dylan, you are the right to ask the question first because you've been here longer. What question do you want to ask Vernon or Touch first?
Okay, so I got a question for Touch because since you're in Georgia, there's been a lot of influential rappers like old school, like such as Outkast, like new school type guys such as Playboy Cardi or Young Thug. In what ways have like rappers from the state influenced your music?
I mean, you know, I really like Outkast, and I remember my brother always bumping Outkast. That was always on the playlist. We'd be in the car just riding around. Honestly, a lot of my life, my music definitely it spurs from my older brother. Because I like heavy metal and stuff too. I'm not just stuck to one genre or anything, and it definitely he was the one that influenced me and put me on a lot of that, and just I gained like a love for rap once I started like hearing like all the wordplay. Like the wordplay is really like what sucked me into it, and like just the whole vibe to it.
And by the way, we have a connection to Outkast. And my Atlanta days before I moved back to Georgia back in October, I interviewed Big Boy from Outkast back in the
Oh
day.
wow, nice.
Yes. Okay, Vinny Bucci, what question do you have for them?
Well, I'm kind of late to the party, so I'm trying to figure out what question I would ask.
But better late than never.
Yeah, but like I said, I did not come with prepared questions, so I'm just going to try to come up with the best one I can think of. Vernon, from what Derek has told me, I understand you said this is James Buddy Love Herring. This is his daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess the question I would ask is I know James has been in a lot of Derek's movies. A lot of us have. I would just say out of the movies he's been in, which one was your favorite, and what kind of impact did your dad have on your growing up? Like, what were the best lessons you learned from him?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest because that's the kind of person I am. I haven't really watched most of the movies that you guys did because
Okay.
That's all right.
I'm always super busy. You know what I'm saying? There was maybe like 3 that I did watch. I couldn't tell you the name of them. But what I can tell you is that my father, he inspired me a lot throughout my life. I mean, he was like my coach. Like I played flag football, basketball when I lived in New York, so he's always been like an inspiration to me, especially with his music. Like everyone loves his voice, of course, like I still play his songs from this day. Like, you know what I mean? He inspired me to do music more, other than like Michael Jackson and Janet, because I grew up dancing mostly. So um, but yeah, just watching what he do, you know what I'm saying, and how he does things, how he interacts with people, like he really taught me a lot. So that's what inspired me from my dad.
Awesome.
Yeah. If I had trouble, like sometimes I lost it, like I have my son to go to if I lose it, like with personal stuff. And sometimes if your dad was in the car, I would let it out, like, and let him know that something's bugging me. But not with him, but like just in life in general, And he brought the calm down in me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
with other situations, he was very humble, and but he loved to promote my stuff, and if he was alive today, he would be promoting your stuff today.
Oh,
There's nothing,
absolutely. Whenever I wrote like a new song, I would always like play it for him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't have that. I can't do that now, but I'm sure he's listening from heaven. I'm sure he's proud that I'm even putting out stuff now and actually performing and stuff. Because I used to be a really shy person. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get out of that and
Sure.
start performing more to get myself out there more. Like a lot of people knew that I sang and rap and stuff like that, but I never actually put anything out. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm starting to do that, and I know he'd be proud of me. So
Yes. And River, do you have any questions for any of them, River? My son?
Yeah, I just want to say that you're all amazing, and yeah, that's
All right. Um, um, and any other questions you have? Oh, what are some of your contact information? Go with you, Touch.
So I'm actually still like, some of my stuff is on Spotify, but I don't have a Spotify account yet. You can find me under like in YouTube. Most of my stuff is posted to YouTube. It's under Touch 8625. That's the exact username. I'm still a little small. I haven't really been posting. A lot of my music's just like, I don't know. I just make I'll make it for me. But I am trying to
Sure.
get out there and post more. But all the stuff that's in Spotify is under Mr. Bandit. That's one of my buddies that I was telling y'all about earlier. He's the one that he's really big time into music, and most of my collabs are on there with him.
Sure. And any links you want to give Vernon Love?
like I said, you can find me on YouTube, Queen Vernon. That's KWEENVERNON, Queen Vernon. You can also, like I said, follow me on social media. I have Facebook, Vernon Love. Instagram, it's only one Vernon Love, or Dream Angels Music, DREEMANGELZ Music, MUZIK. So you can pretty
Awesome.
much, yeah. I have like a lot of different pages, but I'm not gonna go through all that. But I just told you the ones that I'm on the most. So, and like I said, if you want to hit me
Sure.
up for any clothing, check out any clothing, then it's gonna be Prestige_Paris LLC on Instagram.
Awesome. So and also too, by the way, you're on Spotify right now, everybody, because my show's on Spotify. It's on Amazon. It's on Pandora. It's on iHeartRadio. So thank you guys for joining me on this great podcast tonight.
Of
Yeah,
course. Thank you for
absolutely.
having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for
Alright.
having us.
Yes, thank you. And coming up next on the show, we have the closing of the show with me, Vinny, and River, and Dylan. And we'll play you guys' music. And also, too, we have the interview that I did many months ago that I'm airing tonight, Johnny Gill from New Edition. And after we come back from Johnny
wow.
Gill, and we'll actually, before the Johnny Gill interview, we'll play one of your father's songs, okay?
All right.
Yes, because he deserves to be played on this show. Because
Mhm.
he gets deserved to play on every show. But I never do that on every show. But I should, But anyway, so thank you guys again, and we'll come back to end the show. Hey guys, if you want to come back for the last round just to say hello again, anybody's welcome for the closing round. All right,
Mhm.
take it easy, and we'll be back with the last segment of the night.
Take care.
Sure.